Welcome back to South Omaha Speed. He's here, spitting the truth as always. You know what I mean?
Testify.
Always.
Always for the old people's home.
So we're working on the Mustang today. Tomorrow's the graduation party. Hoping to make this thing on the trip out to Gretna. And I'm trying to wire switch in because we took it on the test drive yesterday and the car did great. Totally excited about that. First time I had moved since 1979 under its own power. I just can't believe how well that transmission did. Anyway, we're trying to get an ignition switch wired in, and I'm having a hard time finding a power wire for the back of the ignition switch. There's kind of been some stuff going on in there with some wiring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my own wire off the battery into the firewall and then back with a fuse at the solenoid up there. And so that's my plan right now. So let me get some stuff out and I'll get back with you and show you what I got going on. Okay, so what we got here is some wiring from yesterday. I used this red wire here and this black wire, and basically we just ran this into inside the car with a toggle switch. So instead of having the wire that goes from the coil to the solenoid with the alligator clips, it'd be hard to shut off while we're driving. So, oh man's got a call. Legend. So we put a toggle switch inside the car in case the thing throttle sticks or whatever, so we wouldn't have to, once these are alligator clipped up here. Spam caller. He hates those. So anyway, so the alligator clips that we, to get it run yesterday, it would be tough if we're out driving the throttle sticks. We would shut it off. So we just ran two wires back into the car with a toggle switch. We could shut the ignition off in case we had a problem. So I'm trying to get the main ignition switch. He just spit and hocked up a loogie, I guess. So anyway, that's my old man. I love that guy. And so, I don't know if you hear that or not, but it was amazing. So anyway, the actual original switch we're trying to put back in the dash. I'm having a hard time finding power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this 10 gauge wire here. I'm going to run it off of this fusible, one of these bad boys right here. I got this at Good Guys Car Show, I think in Des Moines. Cut it right here, hook that up to the solenoid, run it kind of along the factory way here, kind of hidden, it's black. I'm going to drill a hole for this grommet here. Where's that grommet at? There, already got it slid over. This little grommet right here. I'll just take some dial calipers and measure what that ridge on the inside is, find that drill bit, go down here, put a hole in here somewhere on the firewall, run that wire through, then I'll have that 10 gauge wire coming into the dash, so I know it's good power source with a good fuse, so if we're about burning something down here, and then we don't want no fires, and then I'll run that right to the back or to the ignition switch is the plan. And I might even take somehow run an accessory kind of wire off the side off or something if I want to plug something in later and tap off that. I know it's got a good fuse, so that's the plan. Let me get going on that and I'll show you how it looks when it's done, or maybe as we're going. So to make this less cheesy, with all this red wire showing, running off the solenoid there, going back towards the firewall on this fusible link, I guess you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call this thing, but inline fuse connector. I'm going to take some shrink tubing and slide it over like this, and then I'll go ahead and shrink that down so it's nice and tight like this side. And then I'll slide another little chunk over too, so when I put the butt connector on here, I'll slide another piece of this shrink tubing, I'll cut a little piece off, slide it over, put the butt connector on, and then slide it over, and then heat that down so it covers up the butt connector, so it'll just be black all the way through. And I'll do the same on the end here to the connector for the little round spade I'm going to put on there. The round the connector that goes on that's got the round for the stud, the hole in it. I'll do the same with that with a little piece, and then so it'll just be black at the end of the day. Won't look as bad, Mickey Mouse. Got that connector slid on. Got my piece of tubing here, ready to go to heat it after I pinch this down. It's a little connector, yellow dot on this tool. This tool I got from Hondo.
You don't know how excited I was
Collection.
that wire
It was
oh, I'm sorry.
you're fine, from Hondo's Widow K. Sold me some stuff and that came with it, so there's that. And then I'm not an expert wirer by any means, but just sharing what I know here. Matter of fact, I'm the last guy you want wiring anything, probably. In a perfect world, that would probably want to come down and seal that all the way around so you couldn't get corrosion down in there, but not like this car is going to see a lot of moisture or winters here in the Midwest. So, anyway. So here's the grommet I'm going to put in the firewall, kind of next to the existing harness in there. And the way I find the drill bit to use, I just take the calipers and measure that inside rib, and then match that to a drill bit, drill the hole, push it in. So that's what to size those grommet holes, that's how I do that. Okay, so me and Pop's got the wire in here. Let's show you where it goes here. It's starts here, loops around, following the same path right across here. Right in there, and then I show you the little grommet after I got it drilled and put it through the hole. Get in there and show you that. If you can see that or not. Little grommet goes right in there. And we'll go inside the car here and show what we got going on there. So I tried the switch. It is cranking. I got a mess in here. But here's the switch here. I had to do some wires were cut, and so here's the big wire, power wire on the yellow butt connector here coming in, attaching to the yellow wire on the switch, and I just put this extra red wire out of here so I'll have power into the dash for something else if I want to without having to go to the fuse panel. So that's how that's going. And then he had another wire coming out here going to the coil to make it hot. I'm not sure where he had it coming from, old William, what was going on here, but it's right here. Of course, we didn't run this last night because we were just running a jumper from here to the battery, but this is, I believe, the factory wire that should go to here. And it's probably got the ballast resistor in it, I guess, special wire from Ford. My old man was giving me a little speech about that, so I guess that's wire special. So basically, I need to extend this, get it to here. We did check this with the key. When the key is in start, it's hot. I wanted to check to see if it was hot when it was cranking.
We got to check the other wire too, see if it's hot when the key's on.
This one is.
The one that's
when the key's on.
Right.
The other one. Yeah, we'll figure out where that. Cut it and yeah.
It something.
Right. Okay. Let's check that. Then we'll see what we got. Got the big gun over tonight. Right, Dad?
That's right.
We're doing it. Father, son up in this thing. Peyton and Ryan were gonna come over, but they couldn't make it because the party's tomorrow and they're getting ready. So we're trying to get this thing ready. So hopefully we can get this thing cranking and firing on the switch, get it in the dash, then work on brake lights. It's a new day in the shop. It was a late one last night. Today's the day of the graduation. Parties are gonna try to drive this thing. A little recap of what happened last night. My battery died, plus it was like 2 in the morning before I went in the house. But so the ignition switch is in the dash. It works. We talked about that yet. Keep these lights on. So we got the ignition switch in under the hood here. Adjusted the choke because it's real cold-blooded. It's hard for her to get into gear. We had that problem the other night when it was kind of cold. Drop it into gear and because it's revving real high. So anyway, trying to sort through that so it's a little easier to drive when it's cold and when it's warm. New plugs in. Ryan and Peyton were here yesterday. The A-team, they got the plugs in it, which was awesome. New cap and rotor, Blue Streak from O'Reilly's. Angelique over there hooked me up, so she's awesome. Got me all sorted with my parts I needed. We got some Motorcraft plug wires ordered, but they're not going to be here until Sunday, so we're just going to go with what we got there. As far as this latch on this door, it's working great. But all it needed basically was was really gummed up inside the door, so I just shot it from inside here with brake clean and just soaked it with brake clean. Worked it best I could, and then chased it with some WD-40, and it's working great. We got the new seats in. These seats came with the car. William must have got these out of a junkyard back in the day in Oakland, and they were in the car when I bought it. So I vacuumed out, of course, best I could. Got the new seat belts in it last night. from CJ Pony Parts. So scrub the carpet pretty well too with some foamy carpet scrub brushy Dealy Bob I got from O'Reilly's, and it smells actually pretty good in here. Not that it smelled bad because it's never been moused, so it just kind of smelled like musty old car, but surprisingly never got moused. But so it smells actually pretty good in here. The pony wheel, I got some issues there trying to make the horn or the horn ring work. The pieces that come through here. So we're just gonna run it like this today. There's the ignition switch there, working good. Got the emergency brake to work, so that's awesome. It was just basically rusted up in there, like it was just rusty, I guess. It wouldn't pull, so I just soaked it with some WD and let it sit. And then it kind of started working it, and actually put some engine oil on it in the oil can, kind of let it drizzle across the top. And finally, it's working great. It's got the original emergency brake cables on the car, I think from day one. So how amazing is that the original cables work? In the Midwest, none of the original cables work. Like after 8 years or so, you don't ever touch the emergency brake on cars around here because it gets so rusty and junk. Because stuff they put in the roads here in Omaha. So anyway, so that's awesome. The cables are working. It works. So yeah, we're close. Clean up the glass. I ran out of gas last night, adjusting the choke in the garage. I gotta get some gas, put some gas in it. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna sign off for this one. Plan on taking the camera today a little bit, do a little filming as the car's rolling and getting fuel this morning, because we'll probably put a couple gallons in it here. Ryan's on his way over. Follow this thing out to Gretna. So anyway, big trip today. Probably gonna go 20 miles with it. Hoping for good things. Hoping the tranny lasts. Hoping a lot of things go well today. So anyway, thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Hit the like button. It'd be appreciated. And tell your neighbors and friends all about the channel. We appreciate it. Thank you.